Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So today we are going to continue with the last lecture for chapter 8, which is going to discuss 8.4 implicit differentiation. Okay, so for this lesson, students should be able to solve the first derivative implicitly. So previously, all what we do for the differentiation are differentiating explicitly. For this learning outcome, we are going to focus on implicit differentiation. Okay, so what it means by implicit differentiation? So the function which cannot be written in the form of y equal to fx. Okay, what it means y equal to fx means that the y will be the subject and everything in terms of x will be on the right side. So we call it as implicit function. If we can separate it, y and x, into separate sides, then we call it as explicit function. For example, y squared equal plus 4x equal to 6x squared. Yes, I know that we can put the 4x on the right side. So it will be y squared equal 6x squared minus 4x. But this y squared, we cannot just simply put as square root because the square root will have a positive and negative side of it. So we cannot separate this square from y into the x. So this is what we call as implicit. So how do we solve for this type of implicit function? So important notes is that when you differentiate y respect to x, so that everything here should be differentiate respect to x, including the y. So to differentiate y respect to x, we have to put dy dx. Okay, because we are differentiating y in terms of x. For 4x, we are differentiating x in terms of x. So it can be done by using the basic rules or the sum rules or the quotient or the product or the chain rule. But y here is not the same variable. That's why we have to multiply by dy dx every time you differentiate y with respect to x. And then to differentiate y to power of n, so it's not only y but y to power of n respect to x, we have to use this formula. So applying the chain rule, actually we are differentiating y to power of n respect to y, and then we need to multiply with dy dx. So to differentiate y to power of n respect to y is the same as you differentiating x to the power of n respect to x, the same variable here. So we can directly apply the basic rule. So when you apply the basic rule, this x to the power of n will be n x to the power of n minus 1. The same thing for y, it's just the variables that is different. So it will be n y to the power of n minus 1. And then don't forget to multiply by dy dx. Actually, if we do this dy is actually can be cancelled out. It's d dx of y to the power of n. So this is chain rule. We applying the chain rule. Okay. So this is the formula. If you want to differentiate y to the power of n, and y to the power of n minus 1 multiply by dy dx. Okay, so you guys can remember this formula lah. These two formula. So let's see the earlier equation. Suppose that y squared plus 4x equal to 6x squared. We need to differentiate each of these terms respect to x. So this is addition, the summation only. So we can apply sum rule. But now to differentiate each of these terms respect to x means that we are differentiating y squared respect to x plus with differentiating 4x respect to x equal to differentiating 6x squared respect to x. Now everything here differentiate respect to x. So to differentiate y squared, so this y is not the same as x. So we have to apply the implicit formula. So this is in the form of y to the power of n. So what is the formula? It will be ny to the power of n minus 1 multiplied by dy dx. So the normal thing here, as we use the basic rule, it will be ny to the power of n minus 1. But because it's not the same variable, we have to multiply by dy dx. That is the only extra thing in this implicit differentiation. Okay, now it will be n is equal to 2, so it will be 2y to the power of n minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Multiply by dy dx plus differentiate for x respect to x. Just directly use the basic rule. It will be 4. So plus 4 equal to differentiate 6x squared. So applying the formula d dx of x to the power of n, it will be n x to the power of n minus 1. So 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, and x power of 2 minus 1 equal to x power of 1. So now you just have to simplify everything and let dy dx as the subject. Okay, so what we have is 2y dy dx plus 4 equal to 12x. So actually we can, if they ask you to find what is the dy dx, then you have to let the dy dx as the subject. So if you want to let dy dx as the subject, it will be 2y dy dx is equal to 12x minus 4. So dy dx is equal to, you can factorize out 4 multiplied by 3x minus 1 divided by 2y. So these 2 and 4 can be simplified. It will be, the final answer will be dy dx equal to 2 of 3x minus 1 divided by y. Okay? So if they ask you to find what is dy dx. Okay, now let's continue with example. So example 1, find dy dx in terms of x and y if for A, y cubed plus 6x equal to x squared. For B, 3y squared plus 2y plus xy equal to x cubed. So for question A, so directly applying differentiation with respect to x on each term. So differentiate y cubed respect to x plus differentiate 6x respect to x plus differentiate equal to differentiate x squared respect to x. Okay, so let's differentiate each of these terms. So this first term is y to the power of 3. We want to differentiate respect to x. It's not the same variable. So we need to apply the implicit differentiation, which is y to the power of n. So what we have here is ny to the power of n minus 1 multiplied by dy dx. So our n is 3 here. So it will be 3y, 3 minus 1, which is 2, multiplied by dy dx. Plus, with differentiate 6x, directly we get plus 6 equal to differentiate x squared, we get equal to 2x. So now, we want to find dy dx, right? The question asks you to find the dy dx in terms of x and y. What we can do is to let the dy dx as the subject. So first, we need to solve for the addition or subtraction. So bring everything that can be subtract or adding up. So here we have plus 6. So we need to eliminate this plus 6. So we subtract 6 on each side. That's why we have 3y squared dy dx equal to 2x minus 6. So we are going to lose the plus 6 here and we add up negative 6 on the right side. Okay, now settle the first step. After that, so the first step is to plus or minus. The second step, if you want the dy dx only, so means that we have to eliminate the coefficient of it. So the coefficient is 3y squared. It's a multiplication of 3y squared with dy dx. So what you need to do, you have to divide everything with 3y squared. So on the left side, we only left with dy dx. On the right side, we have to divide everything, which is 2x minus 6, with 3y squared. So this is our final answer for the dy dx. Okay, let's move on for question B. So we have 3y squared plus 2y plus xy equal to x cubed. So differentiating each of these terms. So to differentiate 3y squared respect to x, not the same variable, we need to apply the implicit differentiation. So it will be y to power of n, differentiate respect to x will be ny to power of n minus 1. So we have y to power of 2. This 3 is just coefficient, just copy back 3, and then these 2 need to bring as a coefficient. So 3 multiplied by 2 will be 6. Okay? And then 6 y to power of 2 minus 1 will be to power of 1 multiplied by dy dx. Don't forget the dy dx. And then differentiate 2y respect to x. We still need to apply the formula of, yes, implicit differentiation because y. So differentiate respect to x of y is equal to dy dx. So we have 2 as the coefficient, multiply with the derivative of y respect to x is dy dx. And the third term here is actually multiplication between x and y. Both are different terms, not the same variable. So we treat as two different terms. So if it's a multiplication between two terms, means that you have to apply the product rule. So let's see, we have u as x here and v as y. So this is the first step. The second step should be to find the u prime, which is equal to 1. This u is actually differentiate respect to x. And dv dx or v prime respect to x is differentiate y respect to x. It will be dy dx. So we applying the quotient rule here, so the product rule here, it will be vu prime plus uv prime. So it will be y multiplied by 1 and then plus with x multiplied by dy dx. Okay, so this is v u prime plus u v prime. Everything respect to x. Okay, we are done with the third term. So how about the fourth term? Differentiating x cubed respect to x. Directly applying the basic rule, we get 3x squared. So now we have everything already, differentiate everything already, and what we want is dy dx. So you have to group together the dy dx. So which one is dy dx? We have this dy dx here and here, first, second, and fourth term. So you have to group these together. These three terms should be grouped together on the left side and other terms should be bring to the right side. So we have another y here. So we need to subtract y on both sides. That's why, or we bring it to the right side, it will be 6y multiplied by dy dx plus 2 dy dx plus x dy dx equal to 3x squared minus y. Okay, so everything on the left, the right side already, the one without the dy dx. And then everything with dy dx, we can factorize out dy dx. So it will be the coefficient already, which is the y square, the 6y plus with 2 plus with x. So we have here is 6y plus 2 plus x all multiplied by dy dx equal to 3x squared minus y. So to have dy dx as the answer, we have to divide everything with the coefficient here. So that's why dy dx is equal to 3x squared minus y divided by 6y plus 2 plus x. Okay? Okay, so let's continue. Example 2. Find dy dx for each of the following. So now it's involved the exponential and logarithmic function. So for question A, e to the power of x plus y equal to natural log of xy. Okay, so we have x and y on the power and also inside the log. Okay, it's a bit complicated, right? But we can do it. Do it step by step. First of all, to differentiate e to the power of x plus y. And then on the right side, we are going to differentiate natural log of x, y. First of all, on the left side, it's only exponential. What is the formula of exponential? It will be differentiating e to the power of fx. It will be e to the power of fx multiplied with the f prime x. So, copy back everything e to the power of fx. That's why we have e to the power of x plus y. And then we have to differentiate the power, which is x plus y. Okay? And then, for the right side, this log of x multiplied by y, we can solve it by applying the law of logarithm first. Or, you can directly use the formula for log. So, differentiating log of fx, it will be 1 over fx multiplied by f prime x. So, it's up to you which method you want to use. Here, we use directly the formula of differentiation of logarithm. That's why we have 1 over xy, because xy is the fx here. Okay? And then multiply with the derivative of x multiplied by y. Now your work is to differentiate. Differentiate x plus y, differentiate x multiplied by y. So to differentiate x plus y, it will be simple. So it will be differentiate x, it will be 1. Differentiate y, it will be dy dx, right? Okay, so you can directly apply the summation rule. And for differentiating x, y, we have to apply the product rule because it's multiplication between x and y. So one of it will be u, another one will be y, will be v. So here we have u equal to x, v equal to y. So du dx or u prime is equal to 1. dv dx is equal to differentiate y respect to x, dy dx. So it's a cross fish. So what we get on the left side, we get 1 plus dy dx. And on the right side, it's 1 over xy multiply with vu prime, which is y multiplied by 1, plus u v prime, which is x multiplied by dy dx. Okay? So up to here, you guys okay? I think so. Now, to solve the dy dx, what we need to do is to group the dy dx together. So what we can do here is to expand. So expand on the left side, we get e to the power of x plus y multiplied by 1 is e to the power of x plus y. And e to the power of x plus y multiplied by dy dx will be e to the power of x plus y multiplied by dy dx. Okay, just multiply. And equal to, so expand also on the right side, 1 over xy multiplied by y will be 1 over x. And 1 over xy multiplied by x dy dx will be, this x can be cancelled out, will be 1 over y plus dy dx. Okay, now we have each term already. What we need to do is to group the dy dx together. So we can bring this term to the left side. It will be e to the power of x plus y dy dx minus 1 over y dy dx. And on the right side, we have 1 over x minus e to the power of x plus y. Okay? Now, how to group the dy dx together? We just have to factorize the dy dx. So, factorize factorizing dy dx, what we get is e to the power of x plus y minus 1 over y dy dx equal to 1 over x of minus e to the power of x plus y. So to let the dy dx as the subject, we need to divide everything with e to the power of x plus y minus 1 over y. So the final answer is equal to 1 over x minus e to the power of x plus y divided by e to the power of x plus y minus 1 over y. So is this the final answer? Yeah. What do you think? Actually, we can find the common denominator for the numerator and also for the denominator. Why? Because it's actually a fraction over a fraction. So it's not the simplest form. So if you want to find the common denominator, means that this part here is over 1, right? So we going to cross multiply and multiply with the denominator. We have divide with x, and for this side it will be 1 multiplied by 1 equal to 1, and minus x multiplied by e to the power of x plus y will be x e to the power of x plus y. And the numerator, denominator also we need to do as the numerator. So this is actually over 1. So cross multiply, what we have is y e to the power of x plus y minus 1 over y. So 1 over 2 divide 3 over 4. It will be the same as 1 over 2 multiplied by 4 over 3. So we can write down this thing as, okay, so if I write this, 1 minus x e to the power of x plus y divided by x multiplied by, so this y will be numerator divided by y e to the power of x plus y minus 1. So join it together, we can put the bracket lah. That's why we have y multiplied by 1 minus x e to the power of x plus y, all divided by x multiplied by y e to the power of x plus y minus 1. So this is our final, the simplest form. It's not a fraction inside a fraction. Okay, if you guys got any question more about this, just ask later. Okay, now for question B. So we have x over y plus x minus y equal to 4y squared. So everything here will be easy for you guys, but this x over y is a fraction. So what we need to do to differentiate x over y, we have to apply quotient rule. So u equal to x, v equal to y. So u prime equal to 1, v prime equal to dy dx. Directly applying the quotient rule, we get y multiplied by 1 minus x multiplied by dy dx divided by y square. The v square is y square. And then differentiate x respect to x is equal to 1. And then differentiate y respect to x is dy dx. So minus dy dx equal to differentiate 4y squared. So 4 is the coefficient. So applying the formula for implicit, it will be equal to 8y dy dx. Now, we have fraction in the equation. What we need to do? Yes, we can separate because it's in the form of love. Remember, as I said, it's in the form of love. We can separate it actually. Okay? So let's see. We also can, to eliminate the y here, we multiply everything with y square. So the first term here will be cancelled out lah, y squared. So what's left is y minus x dy dx, right, for the first term. And then for the second term, 1 multiplied by y squared will be positive y squared. And here minus dy dx multiplied by y squared is minus y squared dy dx. And then the last term equal to 8y multiplied by y squared will be 8y cubed dy dx. Okay, so now what we have as the answer here, we finally can group the dy dx together. So we have this, the second term minus x dy dx, And then the fourth term minus y squared dy dx. And the last term here 8y cubed dy dx. So group this together. So we will have 8y cubed. So now can you see? They bring the dy dx to the right side. So and then they write it on the left side. It will be okay. So it will be 8y cubed minus dy dx minus plus with x dy dx plus with y squared dy dx. Okay, and then they write it on the left side, and then means that with what left on the left side is y plus y squared, and then they put it on the right side. That's why it will be y squared plus y. And then after that, they factorize the dy dx. So what's left is 8y cubed plus y squared plus x, all multiplied by dy dx equal to y squared plus y. So the final answer dy dx is equal to y squared plus y divided by 8y cubed plus y squared plus x. Okay, so we cannot simplify anything more, even though we can factorize out the y here, because everything in the denominator cannot be factorized. Okay, so this is our final answer for question B. So example 3. So let us read the question together. Find the gradient of a curve with equation 3x squared plus 4y squared equal to 15xy minus 6 at the point 1, 3. Okay, so this is actually application of differentiation. So to find gradient of the curve means that you have to find the dy dx. After you find what is the dy dx, you just sub the value of x and y into the dy dx. Okay, now what we need to do, the first thing is to find dy dx. So we need to differentiate the equation here. So how to differentiate equation here? First, differentiate each of the term. Differentiate each of the terms. So differentiate 3x squared plus differentiate 4y squared equal to differentiate 15xy minus differentiate 6. So differentiate 3x squared directly, applying the basic rule, we get 6x. Right? And then differentiate 4y squared, we apply the implicit formula, we get 8y dy dx. And equal to, so the right side we have 15xy, so it's a two terms. So 15 just coefficient, we can take out this as the coefficient. This xy, we need to apply the product rule. So we have u equal to x, y equal to, v equal to y. So the second step, differentiate each, u prime equal to 1, v prime equal to dy dx. So applying the cross feature, so we have y multiplied by 1 plus x multiplied by dy dx. And then the last one, to differentiate a constant, it will be 0. So now, we need to group the dy dx together. But here we have multiplication with 15, so open the bracket first. So what we have is 6x plus 8y dy dx equal to 15y plus 15x dy dx. Now the question asks you to find the gradient. Okay, so we have to let the dy dx as the subject. So group the dy dx together. So we bring the 6x to the right side. We bring the 15x dy dx to the left side. So that's why it will be minus. So 8y minus 15x of dy dx equal to 15y minus 6x. So dy dx is equal to 15y minus 6x over 8y minus 15x. This is not finished yet, right? Because we want to find the gradient. So we need to substitute the value point of x and y into the dy dx. So substitute 0.13. So the point, this is x equal to 1, y equal to 3. So 15 multiplied by 3 minus 6 multiplied by 1 all over 8 multiplied by 3 minus 15 multiplied by 1. The answer will be 39 over 9. So we have the gradient already. Okay? So simplify 39 over 9 will be 13 over 3. So this is the gradient of the curve at the point of 1, 3. Settle. Okay, example 4. The curve x cubed plus y cubed equal to kx plus 2y passes through the point 1, negative 1. Okay, so we have this curve. Let's say this is the curve. It passed through this point 1, negative 1. Determine the value of k, constant k. So means that this point will satisfy the equation, right? So we can just substitute the point into the equation to find the value of k. And then to find the value of dy dx at the point 1, negative 1, we have to differentiate lah. So for question A, we just need to substitute the point 1, negative 1. So we get 1 cube plus negative 1 cube equal to k of 1 plus with 2 of negative 1. Okay, 1 is our x, negative 1 is our y. So we get 1 minus 1, which is 0, equal to k minus 2. So k is equal to 2. So the equation here is will be x cubed plus y cubed equal to 2x plus 2y. So for question B, we need to find the derivative. So we need to differentiate each of the terms. So differentiate x cubed respect to x plus differentiate y cubed respect to x equal to differentiate 2x respect to x plus differentiate 2y respect to x. So applying the implicit formula if needed. For x cubed, we don't have to apply the implicit because directly the same variable. So basic rule only, so we get 3x squared. But for y cubed, it's a different variable. We need to apply the implicit differentiation. So what we have is 3y squared dy dx equal to 2x will be 2 and 2y will be 2 dy dx. Now, what we need to do, because we want to find dy dx, we group the dy dx together. It will be 3y squared. Oh, we can find later by directly substitute the value x and y. Or you can put the dy dx together. If you want to put the dy dx together, it will be 3y squared minus 2 of dy dx equal to 2 minus 3x squared. So dy dx is equal to 2 minus 3x squared divided by 3y squared minus 2. So now at point 1, negative 1, you just substitute the value here. So if we want to directly put the point, what we have is 3 of 1 square plus 3 of negative 1 square dy dx equal to 2 plus 2 of dy dx. So now we just have to group the dy dx lah after that. So what we have is 3 plus 3 dy dx equal to 2 plus 2 dy dx. So 3 minus 2 dy dx is dy dx. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. That's why dy dx equal to negative 1. Here also the same. So 2 minus 3 of 1 square divided by 3 of negative 1 square minus 2. So here we have 2 minus 3 equal to negative 1. Here we have 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So negative 1 divided by 1 is equal to negative 1. So we have the same answer for both methods. Okay? Because they didn't ask for dy dx, they just want the value. So you can directly put. But usually, if they ask for the dy dx first and then find the dy dx when at the point 1, negative 1, then you have to show down the dy dx first. Okay, so both are correct. So that's all for chapter 8. So we finish with the differentiation. So the next lecture, we will continue with the application of differentiation. So you need to conquer this differentiation. If you guys have any problem, just ask. Okay? So, thank you for listening and being patient with me. So, thank you class.